was dancing and minding his business, but we don't like all them little fancy. Ooh. See, we be in the parts where the party going right. Man, let me hear. You don't know who be in our parties.
You got levels of things to pay attention to as a Boogaloo, robot, or strutter. And you committed to one.
Some people can't go to different parties.
Exactly.
Shit.
And I'm just a baby. The game was sold up when I came in it.
Yeah, well.
The game was sold up when I came in it, right?
See, no, once I touched it up,
you touched
the robot. See the robot. The robot is classic.
Yeah, the robot is classic.
Shields and Yarnell wasn't outside, but
no,
anyway,
they didn't even matter.
Michael
That's a whole nother kind of robot.
See,
that ain't robot.
That's what we said.
That's not robot in
They'll
us,
put
man.
a steel cage, a bucket on your head. That's a robot. See, no, they'll put that chin.
Hey,
they'll put something on you, and he'll walk slow.
Man.
No,
nah.
See, our robot from the Bay Area, we come.
It's all robot. We in depth with it, with the sequence of the bass lines, the lead guitars, the drums, the horns, that's why our dance is what it is, and we can't explain it so much because y'all not in those times. But at the same time, if you're gonna say you funky, you gotta understand all of it, man. And there's a difference between Phil Mo and Filthy Mo, and I hate to tell you, I say all that because all this dance game I got came from Phil Mo. That's what a lot of people be like, man, you from Hunters Point. Man, born and raised. And not one person in Hunters Point don't know it. When I say Phil Mo, it's in the respect of what it is. Phil Mo is an embracing place. When I got to Phil Mo and seen all the people I seen and learned that 90% of them was from across the town too, and they was all shifted. So black families shift from projects to projects every couple of years when they recondemn them, and sometimes you end up. That's why I knew that it was a loop, that it's a setup, because your child born here, he claiming all this, and then all of a sudden you move him over here where he's been having drama. That's why I became the activist I became, in trying to stop all the different things that was going on in the streets and keep applying the dance and putting it there so the dudes that was doing the shooting can have somewhere to come to enjoy themselves and stop that, and the dudes that wanted to try to keep dancing, that's from it, that's in the streets, can do that instead of doing what they was doing. So I had a role to play in my art form. In this art form that I come from my black community. At the end of the day, I was doing this long before I came back into this b-boy circuit and hip-hop circuit. You feel me? I was in the international music videos, tours, and concerts and all that stuff, and doing stuff, and I was already as far as strutting, I was already done really with strutting when I was 15.
We could bring in,
but I just knew how to do it still. All the way to this day, because I never stopped. But strutting was really gone after I turned like 15 to 16. Hey, Shabba.
Well, the temperature is hot.
Hey, Shabba. What was the difference? Okay, when you was with Derek and them back in Oakland, right?
Shit.
Okay.
Them niggas move.
Now, when the parties was going down over there, is this 75, 74, 70, was they off the chain?
Man, and look what we had to get down at, man. In somebody's living room, man. We was closed in, but if you was a hard boogaloo, they gonna squeeze you in this party. There's a lot of women there, too. I mean, somebody's living room got to turn it to a dance floor. You got to move all the couches. When Luther said move all the couches and all that, look. The first man coming in smelling good, that's me usually. I'm going to drop a quarter. It used to cost a quarter to get in them people's house. If you see a purple light, this when we get them. And they used to tell me so bad, look, they used to know when I'm coming to a party, the bouncer used to go like this here. You ain't finna wear them white gloves in here. Man, no, man, take your quarter. Because when we put them gloves on, about... It takes us, we get it in about 10, you understand? We done ate up all the hors d'oeuvres over there, saying hi to the mama, down there saying who in the back room. See, that's because we got to make sure where we at back then. Because before we start moving, look, if our coats start coming off and the right record come on, cut the record on, nigga. The record's already going on. I got to tell you, if the record ain't right, I ain't coming in that house.
Hey, Shabba, what happened when y'all hit the parties in Frisco?
Oh, it was beautiful. It was like coming out of a box, because you had to be hard to Boogaloo. A close knit. See, Boogaloos will give you room, then it all start moving a little bit. It start off like a little movement, then all of a sudden the movement start getting bigger. Look, I thought he was that little. No, he finna stretch. One of them hands will come up like this here and have it way over here somewhere, and he looking at the beard disappear right here. But he ain't seeing the other part of the hand coming up with another hat, bringing it up like this here. Ooh, this hand going like this here, and this nigga got this hat. And he looking at this nigga this way, because you got to make sure, back in our days, if you boogalooing good, it's some player haters out there. They don't like seeing them real brothers, but they had to respect it. All we want to hear at the end of the day, you turned that out, or you good. Yeah. Other than that, I'm good.
Hey, you gotta get your ranking in it. You can't. You gotta turn it out. You got things. You got a job to do. So for me, I hate to tell y'all, if you asking your boy Lonnie Green to teach you strutting, I'm gonna tell you like this: art. The development of strutting is from San Francisco. Period. Point blank. And everybody that do it, no matter where you live, all you doing is representing your pride to it. You feel me? And you claiming it.
Well, I can tell you
when
this
you tell me, okay, hold on, smart. What you coming from Oakland and really, you coming to San Francisco, do you know the difference between strutters in San Francisco? And I mean strutters and Boogaloos?
Yeah, Frisco over here and Oakland over there.
Right. Is there a difference in the movements?
It's close. That's the reason I named strutters, because I loved it, all my Frisco brothers. And somebody said something about strutters. I mean, never heard of strutter, but
right,
that sounds like a Frisco
thing. Because
they had some brothers over there that, you know, I ain't gonna lie, they had Guy and Gary, you know, Guy used to be them twins. They used to come down there, you know, do their thing. So I call them strutters too. I mean, but then all of a sudden, I know I'm Oakland, and I know all the brothers I'm around now is Frisco. So our moves is close, but the game is just a little bit different. So the ones that got that Oakland feeling, I mean, it's a lot. If you could really look back when they start seeing the movers, Lil Ben James, hey lemon drop kid, bad mother, shut your mouth. See, Lil Ben, see, he's a gentle Ben, but anyway, he was this big, letting you have it without, you know, really having to even use his breath. He would hit you, you know, the movement, see, movement like this here, I mean, all this here could turn into, you know, a creation.
Yeah, tell me about the house.
No, you could turn something, our Boogaloos, you could turn something, you know, this here, you know, a lot of people, you know how you pull a rope and all that. You gotta have a master to help hold these moves. I mean, you know, all this here could come in handy with your moves. I mean, your moves could turn into anything you want, but you could see, if you see somebody you don't like, see, this here was the one in Oakland. The whole party said, ooh, because there's hella Boogaloos in there. If you see somebody starting to feel it, and this cat say, he here? Boom! That nigga finna call him out. Look, and nigga, if he ain't coming, nigga, this how they start reaching at this. Let me get to this. Move this nigga. Let me get to, I mean, you could duck it to this shit and tell this cat, he really finna come at you. But you gotta have a beat on you, cause you give him that effect like this here, and you just tell this cat, what is this cat up to? Give me room. Let me get on this cat and just see. That's when you start eating men. See, you start getting full. That's when the belly got full. Back in our days, when we was Boogaloo. Oh, he started to eat all these cats up in here. If he point at you, we coming to eat you, and his stomach started getting bigger. See, hey, until he can't take, and he pat it. He pat the belly way up here. God damn, he only this small. It looked like he swallowed a bowling ball. Then you push it back down. Then you could see his rib cage like this. You pushing him off. Ugh. Then it just popped back up to normal. See, see that's Boogaloo. See, you bring out the bulls and the beasts, you wouldn't know what you get, cause you don't know what music. See, that's why I don't like coming outside. Cut, man.